movement. So stop motion is a really fun thing to add, and it's not super hard if you're already set up for the situation. It just requires a couple things. So you want to control the lighting as much as possible. So keep that in mind. If you're going to use an actual camera, you'll want to use manual focus and not touch it after you set it. So use a hard surface. I learned this the hard way because one time I shot an advent calendar, which can be really heavy, on my bed. And as the products were removed, it literally changed height. And so in the stop motion, you can watch it rise up and go back down. And so like definitely take my lesson and don't do that. Don't put it on your bed. iPhone headphones. If anyone still uses those corded headphones, I don't know if they exist anymore or if they're like an antique, but I still have a pair that I'll use because that button is actually a shutter. And you can click it and it will take photos as long as your camera is open. And it's the best way to do it because you don't want to touch your phone in between shots because you want to have as little interference with the phone as possible or with the camera. So each time you're moving something for the shot, make sure that your camera is completely out of it. That's the thing I also learned wrong. I'd move it and take a photo and you could see my shadow in between shots, which is not fun. Move them little by little. These are a couple examples. I have a few more where there's items actually moving around this. But this one I wanted to reveal. She had new branding. So I little by little unwrapped it and kind of held the string so it didn't pull too hard on the rest of them. And the other one is the drop. So that one's quite easy. You just kind of hold down and it captures it really fast. You can see the flame flickering in the background. I love that part. Underneath, you can see a book on the bottom. And you can see I also accidentally splashed hot cocoa all over it. So that was kind of a bummer. So you run the risk of maybe damaging some of your household things if you're not careful. But that's just a cutting board from our house. The star underneath the mug is a Christmas ornament I pulled out. The texture is a sweater. The dried eucalyptus is literally from my shower. So you just kind of gather things that look nice in photos and figure out how to make them work together. With stop motion, you have to be really patient because it does take time, and maybe especially as you're learning or starting to get familiar with how to do it, you might find that your shadow's in it. So just give yourself that patience and grace. And then how I put it together is really easy. I use the Image Play app, and I think I paid for the upgrade. I'm going to demo it on the next slide. It's an old reel that I posted. I use 0.15 seconds per image to keep it moving nice and quick, but you can also use it for image slideshows. It doesn't have to be images that are turning into a GIF. It can just literally be different images of your product into a slideshow. And then you can also turn videos. If you take a video, you can turn them into GIFs with that app as well.
Ooh, fancy adding a little motion to your marketing with stop motion photography? All you gotta do is open up your continuous shutter and shoot through something. Then you open the Image Play app, highlight all the photos from that session, and hit make. Once they're in the app, you can change the speed. I like to do about 0.15-ish. You can also change the crops to suit whatever your project is. Additionally, you can add text, you can add filters, you can add stickers. There's so much to it. I love this app. I recommend it all the time, even drawing a little picture. How cute is that? Once you have it ready, all you gotta do is hit save, and you can choose between a GIF or a video and different quality levels. Once it is saved, it'll go to your photo camera roll, and you can use it any way you like.